Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a king who had 11 sons and one daughter named Elisa. The children were cherished and grew up in a grand palace surrounded by love and happiness. The king soon remarried, choosing a beautiful but wicked queen who had no love for the children and cruel intentions towards them. In her jealousy, the new queen felt threatened by the king's children. She sought to rid herself of them using dark magic. One day, when the 11 princes were out, she cast a spell that turned them into wild swans. Bewildered and frightened, the swans flew away, and Elisa, too young to understand, was sent away by the queen to live deep in the forest with a farmer and his family. The queen hoped that in time everyone would forget about the king's former children. Elisa grew up in seclusion of the countryside, becoming more beautiful and kind as the years went by. Reaching the age of 15, her thoughts returned to her brothers, longing to know of their fate. Driven by this yearning, she decided to find them, embarking on a perilous journey through the dense forest and across wide plains. Eventually, she came upon a mysterious forest and a serene lake where she decided to rest. As the sun sank below the horizon, Elisa saw 11 magnificent swans alight on the water. They bore golden crowns on their heads, and as the night enveloped them, they transformed into her brothers. Overjoyed by this reunion, they embraced, explaining how the evil queen's magic cursed them into remain swans by day and return to their human forms only by night. The brothers shared with Elisa the secret of breaking the spell. She must weave 11 shirts from stinging nettles and throw them over the swan. However, from the moment she started until she finished the last shirt, she could not speak or utter a single laugh, otherwise the spell would become permanent. Without hesitation, Elisa undertook this daunting task, determined to free her brother. She found refuge in a cave and began her work, her hands blistered and bleeding from the stinging plants, but her resolve unbroken. Night after night, her brothers would return, offering silent encouragement before the dawning sun forced them to fly once more. Elisa tirelessly continued her weaving with quiet determination. One day, while gathering more nettles in a graveyard, she was discovered by the king of the nearby land. Captivated by her beauty and strength, he took her to his palace, hoping she would accept his care. Although he did not fully understand her silence, life in the palace offered comfort but also presented Elisa with new challenges, especially as she needed to continue her secretive work on the nettle shirts. The king, enamored by her mysterious charm, proposed marriage. Elisa, unable to speak, could neither explain her mission nor refuse him, and so the ceremony was performed with her still in silence. While the king's love for Elisa was genuine, darkness crept into the palace. The king's archbishop, suspicious of Elisa's silence and strange behavior, accused her of witchcraft. His sinister whispers stirred unease, and the people began to believe that something unnatural might be at work within their midst. Despite the growing tension, Elisa remained steadfastly loyal to her quest, speaking not a word. As accusations mounted, she was seized, accused of witchcraft, and sentenced to death. The day of her execution loomed, and with 11 little shirts nearby completed, time was running out. On the morning of her execution, Elisa was led to the stake that had been prepared for her. She carried the little shirts with her, and not a single soul knew of the miracle about to unfold. As the flames began to crackle ominously, her brothers appeared overhead, their swan wings beating against the sky. Just as the execution was about to occur, Elisa cast the shirts into the air toward her brothers. Miraculously, as the shirts settled onto the swans, they transformed back into their human forms. The youngest retained a single swan's wing as his shirt was unfinished, but they were free. Astonished by the spectacle, the onlookers realized the truth. Elisa was innocent, and her silence was an act of pure sacrifice to save her brothers. The king, filled with regret and newfound respect for her strength and love, begged for forgiveness. With the curse broken, the siblings explained everything to the king, who was overjoyed to have his true queen exonerated and his heart full of love for her. Elisa could finally express her gratitude and relief, her voice returning with the breaking of the curse. In the end, the princess and her brothers returned to their father's kingdom, where they were welcomed with open arms. The wicked stepmother's power was no more, and the family was reunited at last, living in harmony and happiness. And so they lived happily ever after. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. See you next time. Bye bye.